Hey guys. All right, so we finished putting in all the floor joists, and we didn't just paint them to look pretty. It's actually dry lock. It's going to seal it in from water and moisture that might run underneath the house and might start eating away at the floorboards. So we went ahead and dry locked the whole thing in. We're covered in it. It's nice. Then we're going to put plywood down. The downside is going to be covered in dry lock as well. And then that'll give us an extra 15 years on top of what we would normally get, at least out of this floor without having to be replaced. That way when she's old and I'm dead, she can use my life insurance money to pay somebody to fix it.
But he's not going to die. Okay, that's my laugh.
Anyways, but we'll give you more of an aerial shot there so you can see the whole layout.
I'll try to walk on the other side, give more of a
perspective on how big it actually turned out. There she is, right there. So we're really pleased that it turned out a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be at first. I was really concerned it wasn't going to be large enough. Anyways, our neighbor was having some dozer work done.
Cleared out big swath of his lot, just trying to get the bigger trees away from their house, open it up for more gardens and chickens, and he got a cow.
Yeah.
Cute.
So he's got probably 5 days of dozer work going on right there. But our initial plan had been we wanted to get a storage container, shipping container, and use it as our dry food storage, cold storage, as well as a tornado shelter, and eventually have the other end for storing our motorcycles in. So that's what we're thinking about. So since the guy was out here with the dozer anyways, we got him to do an hour worth of work, and we're going to show you what that looks like.
For some perspective, yeah, he dug it down. He cut into the side of the driveway. So the driveway is still going to have enough space for at least 2 cars to pass each other. You know, like inch around each other, not totally like go hug crazy next to each other, but enough space that we could get that. And then he did out this huge swath. It's about 4 foot deep to right about there to the ground. So that'll bury-ish the 4 feet of the container, and then we'll only have 4, maybe 5 feet on top of the container to kind of cover and camouflage, because we want to have it like a camouflage, non-obtrusive metal container.
Yeah, so that's going to be later on our project list. He basically put the dirt over here so we can backfill once we get the container in here, because we're going to bury it, because we want to keep all it cool as possible and everything. Being metal, it's going to need some covering. We're going to have to stabilize it and everything like that to reinforce the sides. But I mean, this was a huge accomplishment because I wasn't digging this out by hand.
No, definitely, and he gave us a great deal. It was $100 just to do this whole swath. I had marked it out, so we did it looks like he ended up going actually 30 by 100. Originally, I had just marked out a 20 by 50 area to make it as easy as possible, but he ended up doing a whole bunch more, and that's just going to make it easier for a big rig to come and set the container down. We could get around it, paint it, seal it, make sure that it won't rot away.
And he made sure that because our driveway is a circular driveway, right now we're not using it because we have the camper parked on it, but he made sure to slope it here to where our driveway connects to it so that we can come in and pull directly into the container, like I said, for once we have the motorcycles.
As you can see, DOG is getting there. He's getting to be a big boy. Here, let me slide aside, and he's just such a huge buddy. He is. He's a big bear. And while some of the gardens he's been doing good about staying out of, he still is. And my mom tried sending us jalapenos to make a spray, and guess what? He likes jalapeno. So I don't think that's gonna work.
See, that's what happens when you find a dog in Texas. They like jalapenos.
And you can see in some of the garden, like I got some lettuce going up, and the strawberries had survived his initial eating. We've also got our radishes coming up. There's some of the cucumbers, beans, peas. The tomatoes, our neighbor actually gave us a couple tomatoes, so I'm gonna get those started.
And you got lilikoi.
Oh yes, and then we've got the lilikoi. Actually, we could walk over and I've got to uncover them because I haven't today.
So I ordered those online. Ironically, it's supposed to be the state flower in Tennessee, but you can't find it anywhere.
They call it passion flower.
They call it passion flower or maypops. But anyway, so we just ordered it online, and it was probably a month delay for them to come from Michigan Bulbs. But, you know, they're little bitty fellas.
So I got them in a kind of a box and I put a bag over it to let them have a greenhouse effect and keep warm because we're having some cold nights. But they seem to be liking it and doing quite well. And I'm really stoked for them because they were one of my favorite foods in Hawaii that I really miss. And since they're able to grow here, we're gonna get them.
And the cool thing is, you know, once they really start taking off, they really take off. You know, they're vying to fruits. So the plan is, you know, to eventually have our entire property line cleared out, and we're going to put fencing up and just plant these all along. Then we're going to have fruit-bearing vines going along the whole property. We can jar it, we can trade it, barter it, whatever we want to do.
And they're gonna be delicious. My niece and nephew, Caius and Mia, I love you guys, and this is kind of reminds me of you and being able to go golden egg hunting and stuff. So they're gonna be delicious. They might be the purple variety. So they might not be the golden kind, but still the purple ones are good too. And just really stoked for a lot of progress getting done, a lot of little things that we've been able to do. I've picked up doing some side work with one of our friends. So that's been kind of helping bump up our supplies with that.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, little bit by little bit, we're making progress every day. I actually took an extra day off this week, as did Shelly, just so that we could focus on getting this flooring done. Because it's been
sunny.
It's sunny, good weather, and we finally had stars aligned to where we borrowed BJ's truck with his trailer. I swapped him trucks so that I go pick up another bundle of the rough cut lumber over here that we'll be using for all the walls when we frame it in. We still have to get some more roofing beams and header boards, but you know, little bit by little bit, each month we're getting a little bit closer. So by next month we'll have the floor all in, the posts cut to where they need to be, all the way stained up to the top, and probably have the roof started. Yeah, so that's the plan.
One project at a time, because time and money is definitely, you know, battling issues. So once we get the money, then we can make the time, and then once we have the time, we could use that money to do the things we need. It's always a trade-off.
Yep.
But little bit by little bit, we are getting it done.
Yeah. And it's turning out a lot better than we could ever imagined. And, you know, you make a lot of plans and you make a lot of saying, I'm going to do it this way, this way, this way. And then sometimes the resources don't come through. And sometimes you come up with a better idea. And sometimes it's like financially. Originally, we were going to use Flex Seal or Rhino Liner to do all this. And then I looked at a can of Flex Seal, 1 gallon was like $90. And then a 5-gallon bucket of Drylock was $144. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to go with the Drylock. Flex Seal, quit being greedy. Anyways, that's all I know. What about you?
It is officially a year.
Oh, wow, yeah. We've been here.
1 year, and we've gotten ourselves stabilized. We both have at least jobs. And we're gonna have our floor done on our main structure with our walls and roof coming soon. So I'd say within a year, everything that we've done, we've got gardens, we've got, you know, vehicles situated, we have our stuff, we're set to rock and roll.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So, and I mean, everything else is pretty easy to build off of what we've got going on, especially the solar power supply. That's easy to
Hmm.
expand now because we got the basics set up on it. Getting the well dug, things like this, pretty easy to come by now because we're situated and we're comfortable. All right, guys. Well, that's all I know for now. We'll talk to you later as soon as we have more to update you on. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in on us. Thanks for loving us and caring about us. And we'll see you next time.